8:20 now. What's the best age to start school? In Scotland, most children go at 5 or even 4, which is amongst the youngest in Europe. But a group of parents and educationalists are launching a national campaign to raise the age at which our youngsters begin formal education. Joanne Macaulay reports. Letting off steam after a day in the classroom, 7-year-old Conrad is now in primary 2 and getting on well. But he was deferred for a year before starting school because he would have gone at 4.5, and Mum Caroline felt he wasn't ready. She says letting him go a bit later was the right decision for them.
He just wasn't ready to sit down and concentrate. And the longer days, just too exhausting. Conrad obviously was nearly 6 when he started, and he was exhausted starting then. So if he'd been a year younger, I think we'd have had real trouble. I think it's really important, particularly for boys, for them not to have to start a bit later. There is no hurry. There's just no rush whatsoever.
Her opinions are backed by other parents and education experts who've launched the Upstart campaign. They want to introduce a kindergarten stage, which is play-based, for children aged up to 7. Sue Palmer, who's leading the campaign, says the evidence is mounting in their favour.
It's taken a while to come through because early start countries had never questioned it. But we're now beginning to see the results of comparative studies where, the social and emotional advantages of a later start are beginning to become very clear. So, there's a great deal of long-term evidence on the value of play. But again, I think in Scotland we don't really see play as something you take seriously. But up to the age of 7, it's the most serious thing kids can do.
In many European countries, including Germany, France and the Netherlands, children are 6 when they start school. Sweden and Finland, which are often held up as having impressive educational results, start at 7. But in Scotland it's 5 or even 4.5, depending on when the child's birthday is. And in the rest of the UK it can be even younger. But some educationalists argue there are more factors than just age to take into account. Deirdre Grogan is from Strathclyde University.
I think you have to look at, what are the other factors that are involved? And we can't take one model from another country and transfer it to Scotland. We can learn about what makes effective learning and try to think, how does that fit into our curriculum? So yes, we can learn from other countries, but I don't think we can take the full transfer of what is happening in another country into Scotland.
You may play hide and seek under the tree.
The Scottish Government says the Curriculum for Excellence encourages play and active learning in the early years, and health and well-being are core to the curriculum. But Upstart campaigner and educationalist Gillian Hunt says there's room for more conversation about change.
We're taking it from history that's when children should start school, rather than thinking progressively about how children learn. And I think we need to think more carefully, more creatively about how children learn, and they learn best through play and through outdoor play. And I think seeing the youngsters playing today shows you that they discover things by themselves, supported by the adults who are around them.
That was Joanne Macaulay with that report. Brings the time